And then we should be getting a signal. When it's red, we're getting a signal. At least that's what they tell me.
So stream red, getting a signal. Yeah, looks like we are
Fetching signal.
Stream here. Yep. I didn't get. Did I get an invite to?
I don't know. Did you?
To the stream? No. Usually you send it up. You send it a.
I didn't send one today.
Richard.
So we are.
How do I know when you're starting?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, and I am starting the. Okay, we are live.
Okay.
Starting the countdown. Right at 120. Damn, I'm getting good.
You are getting good. Why is today's stream? Oh, because it says tools to start with.
Oh, YouTube. We're going to go to.
No. Should be from the other day, that stream. No, that's the stream today.
What?
What? What are you looking at?
Well, I just went to go to your stream here and.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see where I'm at now here. So we've got a timer going, 9 minutes. Hello, everybody. We are taking our time, getting things going here today. I can see your comments. As soon as it loads up. There we go. I see Kathleen. Welcome. I can see the chat comments. And today is, well, was going to be a Q&A. Hello, Kathleen. Mark is on. Good day. Welcome, Mark. I see you're over on YouTube today. And we're on Twitch as well. Today, I have a big box in front of me. Mark's going to be really happy about this. Because this is our new CR-10. Hello, Mark. Mark Baker over on YouTube. Yes, this is our new baby. We're going to unbox it today. Yes, okay. I already cut the opening. I had to inspect it.
Hi, Mark. Oh, and it doesn't stop the timer when I did that.
No, doesn't stop the timer when you did what?
Well, I just kind of did. I decided to be bad and do a little.
Stop playing around.
Because when I used to try to switch it over, it stopped the timer and start the timer over again. So I had to.
Yes, this is a big box of happy. Big box of happy. I'm going to tell you, we're going to open this up. We're going to unbox it today. We're going to answer questions today. And I'm going to tell you how much the price is today. Happy dance, happy dance. And we're today, for anybody who's watching from my streaming group of friends, Kathleen's one of my streaming group of friends, I am actually now using officially vMix. So I still have a lot to learn when it comes to vMix, but I'm using vMix today, which I'm really, really happy about. And we're gonna wait for a few more people to come online. You know, it's only about 30 seconds difference between the stream and what's happening here. So there's about 30-second lag.
I'm getting about 20 seconds over here on my phone. Between here and my phone, I'm getting about 20.
Yeah, from there to me over here, it's about 30 seconds.
It's interesting that it's slightly different for, you know, whatever device you happen to be watching on.
Kathleen says, "Woo! Welcome to the vMix clan."
Oh, Kathleen does vMix too?
Yeah, she does as well. Yeah, no,
I like
it's
the point and shoot capabilities of it.
There's no point and shoot capabilities in vMix.
Yeah, it's point and shoot. I click, I
Oh,
point and shoot.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not killing anything. It's
No.
okay.
Okay. I thought you were talking about like cameras and stuff. So.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna hook up the other camera today, and then we could do some funky, make you sick kind of shots. Hey Ryan, glad to see you here over on Facebook.
Ryan, sure.
Who does your 3D printer setups? Mark asks. I do. I set up my own 3D printers. I've become somewhat proficient in Marlin, the firmware. I build my own printers as well from scratch. So, hello Fred, nice to see you. There's Chris Armstrong, he just joined. Ryan Shears here with us, great. We got lots of guys with us today. That's awesome, I like that. We have 2 camera angles today, so you can see I've got a lot of headroom today because I'm going to stand up a little bit, and when I stand up, it cuts off the top of my head.
Hi, Rick. Oh, I haven't heard anybody call you Rick before.
Oh yeah, that's what people always called me, was Rick. When I was growing up, that was my name, Rick.
I enjoy people using people's full names myself.
So does my wife. For some reason, my wife refuses to call me Rick, and she just calls me Richard. So, you know, over 23 years of being called Richard, you just kind of start using it.
I don't use my full name. My whole name is a nickname.
Oh, Mark Baker's asking me, do I do house calls in Mackenzie-town?
I will.
And I can do house calls. I have done house calls. I do some of the service here at Spool 3D when printers come in. I probably share that with Derek 50%, so I'm doing some of the repairs. Mark, we can talk later if you want. You can always give me a ring, or we can talk on Facebook or whatever, and I can find out what your problem is. Fred Kaz is going, is that my Christmas present? No, it's my Christmas present. I'm just full of giddy today. I don't know why. It's like Friday, and I'm super stoked because I've been waiting for these to come in, and now I just want to pet it all day. And the German Printing Nerd says hello. Hello to the German Printing Nerd. Nice to have you here. I can see your comments today on this screen right here. So I'm looking over to see what's going on. And I'm drinking my cup from the dark side, or I'm drinking my coffee from the dark side of the cup. Because on the other side it says, now I'm your master. Well, this is not mine per se. This is Spool 3D's printer. When they came in the door this morning, I snatched one right away and said, I'm going to open this on camera. I know I said we were doing a Q&A today, and we will still do a Q&A. Jeff McNair, how are you, sir, over on Facebook? Jeff McNair is a good friend of mine. He owns Video Trader here in Calgary. So if you're in, or Video Game Trader, I should say. It's a Video Game Trader. So if you are a video game aficionado and you're looking for games of all eras, all types, whether console, I think he's got some computer games in there too. Check out Video Game Trader here in Calgary. Yes, Kathleen says new tech toys equals giddy. Yes. New tech toys do equal giddy. Andrew Lawrence, good afternoon, sir. Lawrence is saying he's amazed that Creality managed to handle all their orders from 11/11 and Black Friday. Here's the thing, Mark, or Andrew, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Spool 3D is now an authorized retailer in Canada for Creality products. We are also the only Creality service center in Canada. Until they decide to get some other people set up. So we'll get about 57 seconds here.
2 more joiners.
Jason. Hello, Jason. Welcome. I see you over there on Facebook.
This is going to change by itself.
Rudy. Welcome, sir. Well, take that off of there.
This one?
Yeah, and make sure you got the intro ready to go.
Oops.
Go to the intro.
It says
There you go.
coffee, so I keep.
Yeah,
Okay.
coffee is the intro. That's the coffee intro.
I thought it would switch by
Joshua
itself.
West, hello, sir. Welcome to the live stream today. For anybody that doesn't know, or you're just showing up, we are going to do a Q&A today. Yes, I said we were, but we're also going to unbox the Creality CR-10S. Not just this plain old CR-10. Nobody wants those. This is a CR-10S. So I'm going to be standing up today, so you're going to be able to see my face up there. All right. It's going to switch on. Hey, welcome to the show. My name is Richard Cleveland, and now there we go. You just got to hit the number 1.
That's what I meant.
There we go. Now we got the lower third going on there.
We're still learning.
So my name is Richard Cleveland. If you haven't been here before, welcome to the show. This is Coffee with Rich. We do Coffee with Rich on Monday and Fridays. This is our live stream for the first layer, and basically whatever you want to talk about. So today we're going to answer your questions about 3D printing. We're going to answer your questions about my video setup here, if you have any of those. And we are also going to be unboxing this Creality CR10. Now, I did cut it open, so I had to peek inside because it's like I'm like a kid at Christmas time. I cannot, for the life of me, ever stay away from presents. I got to have them early. Mark Baker says that it would be great. I'll give you a call after the show. Okay. He's got a Formbot T-Rex that we're going to talk about. We were talking about that in the pre-show. So, let us dive right in. So this is the Creality CR-10S. What sets the CR-10S apart from the CR-10 is the fact that it has 2 Z lead screws as opposed to 1. In the CR-10 you could buy an upgrade and get yourself another lead screw and all the accoutrement that went with it so that you could set it up on your printer. And now we're going to get into it. So I did cut it open prior because this box came with a little bit of damage on it. And you can see that it is a huge box. And first thing that we're greeted with is a bunch of foam. So we're going to toss that off to the side here just for now because we are going to put it back in the box later on. And on our first layer, see how I did that? First layer. This is the first layer. We have the Y-axis comes out on the first layer. Comes with glass. It comes with a little bit of tape, some bull clips. As you guys can see there, I'm going to just switch the cameras here real quick. And no, why didn't it do it? There we go. Here we go. So you can see that it comes with a nice 12-inch by 12-inch bed. It's packed really, really well. So this is our first layer. Let me just toss this down here. Don't go anywhere. I put it on my stool. And in the second layer, we have, let me see if I can tilt that up for you. We have the Z and X axis along with our control box. So we're going to take that out of here now. We're going to start with our little box of fun. And we got some more junk here. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. They've got a lot of packing in here. So I'm going to probably have to do this in 2 stages. Okay, so first let's take out the control box. I'm going to get Frank here to give me a hand. And there's the control box and all of the goodies that go along with that. There's a whole mess of wires. You get a roll of tape, which is masking tape, which you guys have heard me say I don't like using. And now we are pulling out the gantry. I think we can get rid of that now. So here we have the X gantry. We have that, and we'll just toss this over here for a second. Go back to my camera here. We are going to grab the other portion here, which is the Z, or pardon me, the Y-axis. This is very well packed. I'm quite amazed by it. This is very, very well packed. You don't get too many Chinese products that are packed this well. So first and foremost, let's put this over here and open up this box right here. And I don't know what it, oh, I do have my knife. Ha 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 ha. Dun dun dun. My little switchblade box cutter thingy. I didn't think I had it, but I do have it. Okay, so what do we get in this box? Well, let's have a quick peek. We get all of that blue stuff to put in the channels, and they don't even cut it anymore. They used to have it all cut, and it used to already be in the channels. We've got ourselves a USB cable, a manual of sorts. There's after-sale service card. Here's the Creality packing list. And this is complete the assembly of the printer. Take out the color strips and put them. Oh, so this tells you how to put in the color strips. All right, so this is our instructions to putting this thing together. So I don't think it's that complicated. And you know what? Being that I'm a man, we don't look at instructions. Ha! Manual of sorts. Yes, Joshua, manual of sorts. Now, here's something I think is very, very cool, and not a lot of guys are doing this. They include a nice little tool set. You got a pair of nippers here, or side cutters. It comes with some zip ties, little screwdrivers, some wrenches, all kinds of goodies. Let me see if I can get that closer to a camera for you guys.
Those are the same ones that came with my ANET.
So, yeah, it's kind of fun. There's my side cutters. We have in here the additional parts that we need for hooking up to make sure that we put the gantry on properly. So we're going to need those. We get a little bit of PLA. So there's 200 grams of white PLA here, so a little something to get you started. Our power cord, we're going to need that. This is the filament sensor. I guess we're on that camera. So we've got the filament sensor here. This is a nifty little add-on that they put on, was a filament sensor. So when you run out of filament, your machine will stop. That's the theory anyway. We have another little end stop here. We have a USB key, and it looks like it's got a little micro USB card in it, so that's going to have some information for us. Here are some spare parts, and here is our guarantee card. I love when when warranty cards ask you for stuff, and on here it says username. And then it says sex. Well, usually when something says sex on it like this, I usually put in not often enough. It comes with a nice little scraper to take your goodies off. There's your Bowden tube. We're going to show you how that goes together. Oh, look at this. Now this is going to be really tough to see on either camera. Let me see if I'm going to run up to this camera and show you guys. See that right there? That is a wire to clean your nozzle. And now I've just shown you my wire on camera. Today's one of those days. I'm just so, I'm giddy. And then we have, of course, our spool holder. And this is a pretty standard spool holder. It's very similar to the ones that come on other machines. So that's that. That's that. That box is now empty. So we're going to toss that over there as well. Okay, what is the first thing we are supposed to do? Well, I should do this properly. Good afternoon, Ben Brady. Manual of sorts. Well, let's start with the manual of sorts. It says there's the base, there's the XY module. Okay, that doesn't mean anything to me. Let's dive into putting it together. Dun, dun, dun. Check all the screws, I'm being told. Wow, look at that. That's got some sexiness to it. The only thing I don't like is when people wrap miles of cellophane around things. It just looks horrible. So there we are. Kathleen says she's so honored that I shared my wire with everybody. Okay, so this is obviously the front, and this is the back. So this is where our heater cable comes off. Wow, they did a really nice job putting that support in there. I don't think they had that on the original CR-10s. I just want to take a look at your comments here real quick. Mark says his plastic stuff was also rolled up. German Printing Nerd says check for all the screws and check the Y plate. Okay, Josh, tighten and loosen, then back them off a turn. Yes. Everybody's helping me. Casey Kingsman, welcome. Colin Cheney, welcome. Today we are building a very cool printer. So here is our axis. Wow, look at that. Got some junk stuck in. Oh, I know what that's from. One of the things that you should do with every printer that you get is make sure that you don't have stuff stuck in where your pins are. Like I'm finding there's a little bit of a black. I think that comes from the foam fill. So yeah, just check all your connections to make sure that they're not unnecessarily done, or the channels aren't filled. So we have two T-plates. I know from my experience with this machine already that the T-plates. Okay, now why do we only have 3 of these? That's kind of weird. We only have 3 of these. And I'll show you what they are in just a second. And then we have 4 of these bolts and 4 of these lock washers. So, I guess first and foremost, because it really doesn't tell you how to put this silly thing together. It really doesn't. But it should be fairly simple, I would think. I would think it's simple. Check the Y plate. Tighten all the loosened, back them off. I did say that. That's a joke. Don't tighten the screws. But yeah, okay. All right, so let's get to setting up these screws. This can't be that hard to build. I mean, it's like 4 screws to put the X gantry, the Z and X gantry onto the Y. So it can't be that hard to build. I mean, heck, I can build a house. I should be able to build this. Now, which is the best way to do this? That's a whole nother story. I think what the best way is going to be is for me to turn it on its side. And I know there's going to be some sort of, oh, I know what I got to do here. Let's just take this and put that down first. I got to cut these zip ties first and foremost. Get those out of the way because I won't be able to put anything in there if those are in there. Now, don't do what I do. I know I say that a lot. Don't do what I do. It's easy search, YouTube, he says. All right. So I'm going to make this real easy on myself. And what size driver do I need? I have all kinds of drivers back here. There it is right there. Okay. So I'm sitting down now. I'm going to turn this so that it is sideways. People are looking at this, at me do this now, and they're going, I wonder if I should really get this guy to build anything for me. So we're going to pop in the first of the 2 screws, hopefully.
You're getting all kinds of advice over here.
Am I?
Hanging off the table.
I am hanging it off the table.
See, it works, doesn't it?
It does work. I just have to line up the holes. That's the problem. I can't see the hole. When you can't see the hole, it's a real pain. There we go. I'm in. I think I'm in. Nope, I'm not in. And try not to cross-thread these, because that could be a problem.
Find a hole without hair. What?
Who said that? Use the force, Colin says.
The German printing nerd. I can't remember his name.
Colin says use the force.
Or,
Oh, I got it in the hole. Look at that. Turn that gantry a little bit. Ha 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 ha. Okay. So we are putting in the screws. I know you guys didn't want to hear me sing that song, putting in the screws. All right, so those screws are in. Now, let's turn it around very carefully and put in the other ones. There we go. Hang it off the table. That's right. We're going to hang it off the table so we can get the screws in. All right. Well, we're back to having that same problem, finding the hole. There we go. I think we're in there. I see Paul. Did I miss some people today?
nope. We don't miss anybody here.
We don't miss anybody here? Okay.
No.
So if you've got questions about this big nasty thing, Casey says you got a new base. You used to film in your Naked Ape basement. Yes. And I am no longer Naked Ape Productions for anybody that's knew me by that company. Naked Ape is gone. We have made the official change to Cleveland Media Group this year. And boom, there we go, that's in. All right, so now we're going to take the plates and we're going to line them up, and they have to be loosened off. These are T-nuts that are on here, and it looks like they are not that one, maybe this one. Nope, that one's too small. I've never had a problem with it being too small. That's too big. I know I've got another one in here somewhere. There we go. We got the right one now. So this, I know I probably should have used the ones that the kit came with, but I have my own tools, so use the force. Fred Kaz, how does the build quality compare to other Chinese brand printers? I know the CR-10 is not at the lower price range, but let's say against the Wanhao i3 Plus. I'm going to say straight up that this is probably about the same quality in terms of build as the Wanhao. I own two Wanhaos, as most of you know. How long does it take to build a 3D printer? Well, again, that depends on the complexity of the printer. This printer is not going to take that long. Like, I'm going to have this thing up and running in like short order here real quick. But they have tightened that one on there just so tight. There we go. I got it off. All right, so we're going to line this up. And we're going to put it in. There we go. And now we're going to tighten these down. Let's make sure that turned. Yeah. These the nuts that we're using on this are they're called a hammerhead nut, and what they do is they turn when you're tightening them up. So you want to make sure that they're seating in there properly. Like this one is not seating in there properly, and I don't know why.
Judy has an interesting question, or Rudy has an interesting question here.
What's that?
Rudy is asking, does this one have one linear ball bearing on the axis, on the y-axis?
One linear ball bearing.
It would be a double, or at least a...
No, this has actually quite a few linear ball bearings. This actually rides on a... Look at that, this had a little bit of that junk in it too. That same problem that I had before. This has actually four rollers that ride in a V-slot on the y-axis, and the same thing goes for the X and Z-axis. Everything kind of rides on the linear rails. So we had one of these that just kind of was a little too, so I'm just going to reposition this and put it back on. These are the kind of things that you run into when you're building a 3D printer though. This is one of the easier 3D printers to build. I will be honest with you. I think that, you know, I've almost got this thing together now, so it shouldn't take that very long. Mark says he was up and running really, really fast. And this side's on. Look at that. Boom. Done. So I want to tighten that down, make sure that everything's snug. So that side is on. So we put on that little T-brace. We're going to turn this around now, and we are going to put the T-brace on the other side. And again, you know, I don't know what it is with these companies, but they tend to put on these nuts a little too tight. Okay, so now this goes right in here, like so. Like so. The tough thing is getting all these little nuts lined up, because if you don't get them lined up, they don't turn, and it's really tough to see. It's like my TiVo, Rudy says, and yeah, it can be. Andrew says he's got a CR-10S sitting in his basement. Loose body parts before the 25th. Oh, he's going to lose body parts before the 25th if he opens it.
Aw, really? That's actually kind of sad to me. It's just sitting there.
That is kind of sad.
A printer should be printing. It's
I agree.
like an artist not drawing. It's just doesn't. It's not right.
Okay, so we are now connected. We have all the connections made that we need to for this at this particular juncture. So now we are going to go into the next part of the setup. And the next part of the setup is when we start running everything. So first and foremost, let's cut off these zip ties and get rid of the rest of this nonsense. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Today's live stream is going to be quite long, so glad you guys are sticking around. We're going to get rid of this little bit of foam. We're going to get rid of this little bit of foam. Now, I've been very curious to see how much play is in these. There's actually quite a bit of play in these. I didn't think there was that much play in them, but there's quite a bit of play in them. Now, this Bowden tube just goes right in. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let me see if I can turn that a little bit for you. Okay, so this Bowden tube right here goes into this mechanism here, which, for all intent and purposes, is our, oh, there we go. You want to make sure that you push it in all the way. Okay, so we've got it all the way in. And I'm going to assume that this little clasp is for that piece right there, because it doesn't really tell you in the instructions. And now I'm going to lift the gantry. So I'm just going to move the Z screws. Baron Von B vlog.
Good buddy of mine. Hi,
Hello,
Baron.
sir. How, sir? Hello, sir. So now we've got pretty much the mechanics of it all put together. We should take off the glass. And we're going to take all these little clips off. I hate bull clips. I absolutely hate them. I think they're a waste of time. And your print head can get caught on them. So what I like to do is I use a little sticky back circle. So there's the glass. They give you some masking tape to put on the glass, and the glass is wrapped in this plastic. So we're going to take that off. Take off all this plastic here. Throw that off to the side. Toss that glass back on there. Now, one of the things I've been told, oh, look, you get two of these. So that these will go, stick them down to your glass, and then you don't have to use glue stick. You know what I say to these? Toss them in the box. Get rid of them. Joey, haven't seen you around in a long time. Roy, nice to see you here. Morgan Pierce, hello, sir. So we're at the stage now where we need to start thinking about wiring this up to the box and then turning it on for the first time and blowing things up. Because I like to blow things up. That's what I like to do. I like to blow things up. Wow, that one goes on there quite tightly. All right, so we got our clips back on. We're pretty much ready to start wiring this thing up. And then we are going to check our eccentric spacers and make sure that that's good. That's good. Wow. Everything's tight. I don't have to tighten anything up, which is a big first. So real quickly, I want to tell you guys that I'm going to look through the window here. This is now a new product that spool3d.ca is selling, and it came in this morning. And as you know, my studio is here at Spool3D, so I get to play with all the new toys that come in, which is kind of nice. I really enjoy that. It makes my life easier. Now these, oh, there we go. These are supposed to be. And Spool3D, if you guys aren't familiar with it, spool3d.ca, go there, check out what they've got to offer. They've got all kinds of great deals, and now we're selling, or now they are selling the CR-10 in Canada. They are first and foremost the authorized service center now for Creality products. So if you're having a problem with your Creality CR-10 and you need somebody to fix it, well, that's what they're around for. And the retail price on this, if you go to the website, it is $749 Canadian. That pretty much takes care of it. So $749 Canadian from Spool3D. There is 9 in stock. So you can go and check out their website, and if you're interested in getting one of these, check it out. Okay, so let's get back to these wires right here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit and you guys can see this. There we go. Zooming in. Look, there's my big head now in the camera. So each one of these wires corresponds to one of the connections on the printer. And they've done a really nice job, because what they've got here is these little yellow tags, and each one of these little yellow tags tells you where it goes. For instance, this one here goes to the extruder. And you really should have this box on this side. So let's move this over a bit. We're going to move that box over. We'll zoom out again. So you can see we've got the box here. We're going to start our wiring process. Now there's 2 lines that come off of the printer. One is for the extruder and the other one is for the heated bed. And you can tell which one on the back. I'll zoom back in here real quick. You can tell on the back, let me see if I can get that really nice and tight in there. There you go. There's different hole patterns on each one of these plugs, and they align with the holes that are on the back of the control box. Do the printers come with the outer container, box case, not sure what the correct term is, or is it a separate purchase? Kathleen, just to answer that question real quick, they don't, most printers don't come enclosed. I think that's what you're talking about, is an enclosure. When you are getting a printer such as this, it doesn't come with an enclosure, but you can certainly build your own, and there's plenty of online guys that will help you build your own. It's pretty simple, really. So with this one, getting back to it, this plug right here goes to our extruder, which plugs in right there. This one goes to our x-axis, which is right there. Let's turn it around so we get it in there properly. Well, it would help if I was plugging in the right plug to the right hole. And if somebody's going to go, that's what she said. Pretty sure of that. And this one goes down into the front here for this little guy. And of course, I probably should have put that in first. Let me see if I can turn that around a little bit so I can get at it. I got these big giant fingers. Mirrors work good for you more. Yeah, mirrors do work good for doing some of this. But I got these big monster hands. And it's really, really hard to get into small places with these big monster hands. There we go, we're plugged in. All right, so that guy's plugged in. All right. Bruce Richardson joined. Thank you very much, Mr. Richardson. Now, Bruce, if anybody doesn't know, Bruce is the owner of VideoLink out of Ontario. And if you are looking for some amazing, amazing stuff, then I would get in touch with Bruce. And Bruce is the guy that you want to talk to when it comes to getting any kind of video equipment here in Canada. He's got some great deals on right now. I'm going to put them up on the Facebook page. And Bruce, if you guys are looking for video equipment, and he deals more in a professional line. So if you're interested in TriCasters or any of the Blackmagic products, any of the VideoLink product or live view products, he also carries that. But VideoLink is definitely a place to check out if you're into doing what I'm doing. Now this one here is for my Z-axis, which is there. And I have two for the Z-axis, I believe. One's long, one's short. That's why. I'm really happy that they made all these things easy to get at. This is my other Z-axis, which is, this one does not go here. That one doesn't go there. So that one goes there. So this is for my Y. Now, for those guys that are interested in the type of stuff that I do here with the equipment that I use, I'm using pretty much, as far as the video equipment goes, my cameras are off the shelf cameras. Not to say that I would not love to be using higher quality cameras. However, but it's just not in the budget right now. This show is paid for by me. I don't ask anybody for any money because they don't need to. You shouldn't have to pay for this information. That's my theory. You shouldn't have to pay for this information because this information is free. Free for you to use as you see fit. That one goes there. So you want to make sure you put everything together properly before you go and mess things up. I do use a Blackmagic switcher, which I connect all my cameras into. And again, somebody's making fun of me. I can see him over there in the corner making fun of me. So go and check out VideoLink. That's really what I wanted to say. Go check out VideoLink for anything that you're looking for. And like I said, he's got some great clearance stuff on now at fairly reasonable prices. If you've got the budget to get bigger stuff for your production, then by all means go ahead and do it. Mark's giving me bravo, sharing almost other enthusiasts. Yes, I like everybody. I like no one. Why did I say it like that? Now, this is my Z-axis. So this is the one, or this one.
Did I put up the wrong link?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know.
Live video, VideoLinkTV.com. That is the wrong link, yes.
Delete. Sorry, Bruce. We'll get the right link up there pretty quickly here.
Hack the planet. Glenn says, hack the planet. So we're going to run this one underneath the machine. Go to this Z-axis over here. Plug that one in over here. This is our Z. We've got another short one over here for our Z-axis, which is going to go in here. And this little guy, and I think that's all of our connections. Yes. Woo! I gotta turn this one around again. Nope, it's not all our connections. Where does this one go? Oh, I know what this one's for. This is for, see, I'm a man, I don't read instructions. This one here is for that filament sensor. Remember we were talking about that at the top when we were unpacking stuff? So I need to get this little guy down into that front bit. And again, I got to use my giant gorilla hands to get into a very small area. I think that, you know, I think that's why I named my other companies after monkeys. Because I have these giant gorilla hands. And they're really tough to get into small areas. Hey, there we go. We're plugged in. Dun, dun, dun.
Filament sensor.
Okay. All right, so we've got all that nonsense hooked up. Now let's hook up this guy. This guy is going to go into the top. And these only align one way, so you can't screw them up. Or you shouldn't be able to screw them up. If you have to force it, it means it's not, you're not doing it right. Because these are keyed, so there we go. We're in there. That one's plugged in. All right, now we have one more to plug in, and that is for the hotbed. It's a hotbed of activity over here today. See how I did that? Nobody really cares. My buddy calls them Shrek fingers. Yes, I have Shrek fingers. Okay. So that last one, the one that I didn't know what it was for, because I don't look at instructions, is for, where did it go? Oh, yeah, I'm throwing things all over the place. There it is. Dun, dun, dun. Got it. Now, this last line, that one right there, this one gets plugged into here. There we go. Dad jokes. Okay, and this, I believe, just sits on there like so. There's no bolts that hold it in. Nothing like that. Then we've got our filament or our spool holder. I'm not sure if I got kicked off of Facebook or not.
Yeah, it's glitching.
It's glitching?
Yeah.
Okay, so we apologize if it's glitching over there, guys. But how are we doing on YouTube?
YouTube's good. On my phone, you're coming in fine.
Okay.
On my screen, on the computer,
yeah, my
Facebook
screen's glitching too over here.
But that might not be glitching for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. So, do I want to set it this way, or do I want to set it this way? I don't know. I'll figure that out. How do they do it in the picture? Let's find out. They do it. They don't even show you. Thanks, Creality. I love instructions. That's nothing. They don't show. Oh, okay, there's kind of a picture of it, but okay. YouTube is streaming great. Couldn't see it on Facebook. Okay. So Facebook is glitching right now. I apologize. Yeah. I don't know why the feed just died over on Facebook. I wonder if I...
Well, on my phone, it's fine.
Is it?
It's not glitching at all on my phone yet.
Okay, but it died on my computer here.
And it died on my computer as well. So.
Okay, so I'm going to go back in and I'm going to have a look-see here and see if we can get back in.
So just gonna be able to switch over to YouTube if anything.
Yeah, now it's working. I can't see anything else, but it's working. I can't see any of the chat. Okay, so there we go. YouTube okay in the UK, I'm being told. Okay, so that's good. All right. So now we've got all this massive wires done. We're going to put on our filament holder. Oh, that's what those are for. They gave me 3, but I only need 2. So I'm going to put one of the extra ones here in the bag so we don't lose it. Colin says he's still on Facebook, so Facebook is okay. All right, so we're going to take this, we're going to put on this filament holder. Just go through the hole there and line it up as best you can. Try not to strip your threads when you're doing something. When you're doing this, because if you strip the threads, you're never going to get another screwdriver in there or another screw in there until you retap it. And if you don't know how to retap, okay, let's talk about build quality real quick. I think the build quality on this is pretty solid. There's no movement in any of these axes. And I think that is a great thing. Because if you've got no movement, it means right out of the box we can start, we can plug it in, turn it on, and have a look at it. I'm not going to open up their cable. I have another cable around here somewhere that I was using. Ah, well, I'll just open up their cable because this is going on display anyway. Twitch is also working good, the German printing nerd is saying. So we've got all this blue channel stuff that sits in the channel like this to make it a sexified kind of printer. But you know what? I really don't care about that right at the moment. Because I, personally myself, I don't think I would ever put it in there or put it on, to be honest with you. So I'm going to grab a plug and let's power this thing up for the first time. Let's see what happens. Okay, don't forget to set the power. Very good, Andrew. Oh, thank you for that. I almost forgot. Look at that. We would have blown this thing up. We're at 230.
Oh, jeez.
We need to go to 110. There we go. Now, whew. See, I didn't check that. Glad somebody called me on it before I turned it on. 110. Morgan just saved my life. Okay. So there's nothing on the display. It should be blank right now. And, oh, something's happening. I hear it. Creality. Look at that. We have ignition. And I'll just lift that up so you guys can see it's powered up. It's doing good. It says we got no stick in it. So there we go. So that is the Creality CR-10. Not very tough to build, actually. We're going to do some testing with it. They give you a little bit of PLA. I don't think I'm going to open that. I think I'm just going to leave it in the box. I'm just going to use some PLA that I've got around here. I'm going to try a print. I can't try a print on camera, and the reason is because it'll take too long. So what I'll do is I will shoot some pictures, maybe a little bit of video of this thing printing, but it seems like it's working. So there we go. We built ourselves a Creality CR-10. Didn't take us too long. I think it only took us a couple hours.
No.
Or not even a couple hours.
Not even an hour, like maybe 30, 40 minutes.
40 minutes. So we do have to level the bed, and we've got a few things to do. No temp error. Mark is saying we don't have any temp error. So right now we're ready to go. We just have to level the bed, and I think I'm going to print out some of the accessory parts for this, and then we'll come back and we'll do a full review on it and see what we think. So for now, there it is. Guys, thanks for joining me. I want to one more time thank my friend Bruce Richardson out in Ontario at VideoLink. we've been talking back and forth, and we might have some deals for you guys in the new year. I also want to thank the fine folks over at Creative Factor, creativefactor.ca. They do all my business cards, my banners, and stickers and stuff like that. Speaking of stickers, dun, 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 we have stickers right here. There we go. So if you guys are interested in a sticker, just drop, you know, down below, over here,
Other side.
over here. Just drop self-addressed stamped envelope in the mail, and I will send you out a sticker, and I'll throw in one of the ones from Spool 3D as well. Other than that, that's pretty much the show. I want to thank spool3d.ca as well. Spool 3D, print it right. Print it with spool3d.ca. They have everything from printers to accessory parts to filaments, anything that you can want for your 3D printing needs. They've got it right here at spool3d.ca. So make sure you check them out. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Thank you for watching me build this CR-10 and having your questions. We are back on Monday, and we're going to show you the proper way to change your nozzle on Monday. And then on Wednesday, you get to see the results of our Trotec tour, which was a lot of fun. So until then, you guys have yourselves a wonderful weekend. I'm going to go and level the bed and get things ready to print on the CR-10. You guys have a great weekend. Bye for now.